Hey guys, Marsengan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so the World Tournament rewards came in today, and with that, that means, of course, more medals from the overall placement, so we can do more of the World Tournament EZAs. We've already had a look at the AGL Gohan and the STR Goku, because I think those were two of the better ones out of the bunch. But this physical Goku is fairly interesting. He's just a base Goku, the Feet Kamehameha one. Obviously, we've got him full level 10 links here. Now, the big thing that stands out about him compared to the other ones is that he doesn't raise defense on super attack at all, which usually is a bit disappointing when it comes to these EZAs, because it usually means they end up leaving a little something to be desired. But we will see. He raises attack for one turn, does supreme damage, and has a great chance to stun. Then his passive is key to attack and defense 120. He gets additional attack and defense 120 when performing a super. So 120 on super is pretty good because it's a pretty decent sized buff. He also gets attack and defense 10% per World Tournament, Earthbred Fighters or Turtle School ally on the team. I don't know whether those stack or not. But obviously if we're running a full team where every single character is one of those, he's going to be getting an extra 70% buff. We do have some characters on the team that are in multiple of those. So like I say, I don't actually know if it stacks, but I don't think it does. But, he has a great chance to crit when performing a super and guards all enemy attacks if there is an extreme class enemy. So basically, he doesn't need any crit in his hidden potential. So he's got 11 additional and 15 dodge. And then, yeah, because basically, as long as you're using him against extreme, which if that is the way his kit is designed, right, where he has guard and a 70% chance to crit, that's the only place where you realistically would want to be using him. So yeah, he doesn't need any crit in the hidden potential. So he has basically 200k defense start of turn. So that means that after supering, he's going to have around 400k because he gets the 120 on super. So it's a bit over 400k. And has guard against extreme enemies. So in terms of the global content that's available at the moment, he will be able to tank normals from most enemies for double-digit damage. And then especially on a rotation like this, where we're about to pick up the support from the Bulma, so then obviously his defense is going to go up even more. So this Ultimate Gohan is one of his best link partners, all in the family, of course, at level 10, a very, very good link, right, with the 20% defense. And then we'll go ahead and do this. So we'll see what our boy's going to look like here. Hopefully Gohan doesn't go too ham and just kill him. But Gohan does only get the 170 lead from Yamcha though, so he's not getting the full 200% buff. There's a couple of 200% leads this Goku is on. Unfortunately, Tech 23rd World Tournament Goku and the AGL Carnival LR Turtle School Goku are of course similar characters, right? Like they're both base Goku. The 23rd World Tournament Goku is obviously from a similar era, right? The end of the Dragon Ball saga. But they are all base Goku, so they don't link at all. Because he is on the 200% lead for both of those guys, 23rd World Tournament and AGL Turtle School Goku. But then you have 3 base Gokus on the team if you're running the double leaders of them, which is not really what you want. So I do want to check out Krillin on that rotation with Goku, so I'm going to go ahead and float him off here, and we'll just float off one of the Krillins. We'll float off one of the Yamchas on the other turns. So, but yeah, I mean, with the support from Bulma as well, then we were definitely getting close, if not well, probably over 450k defense with guard, which means, like I said, on global, with the events that are available right now, that means he would tank basically all normals for double-digit damage. The only problem is when it comes to things like Zamasu, Omega, stuff like that, is he's getting that 120% on super, which obviously means that then before he supers, he's not getting any of that, which means he would not be good against AoEs. So, in fact, let's put him here. Grab these for you. Can I get orbs for Gohan and get 7 orbs for Kid Goku? Probably not. So I do that. Because turns like this will be quite nice for him, because he's going to have just over 400k defense with guard, and then with the Kid Goku giving him damage reduction as well, then he'd be alright. Well, yeah, Zamasu, physical Zamasu does a lot more post-super. Physical Zamasu, wait, pre-super physical Zamasu 700k, is that right? I didn't think it was that high. But then I guess that's the other reason why, because he doesn't need crit in hidden potential, that's why you build him full dodge. So if you're someone who... I haven't given mine skill orbs. We looked at his hidden potential, right? It was 11 additional, 15 dodge. If you're actually going to be using him, because you don't have other options depending on the teams that you want to run, then obviously you would give him skill orbs and then you just go in, like all in for like full dodge, right? But yeah, guard is like... Guard does reduce the damage by... I can't remember how much it is. But... I can't remember. It's not... Is it like 0.75? I can't remember. Guard definitely does have a pretty significant effect. So unlike his best turn with support, I think even if he doesn't take double-digit damage, he'll still tank those normals from Zamasu for like less than 100k, which is, considering how hard physical Zamasu does actually hit. But yeah, Turtle Skull is 2 key and 20% attack and defense. That's a really good link. So with the Bulma support and the Turtle Skull and the... So Krillin supports World Tournament allies as well. So 276k, which means post-super he's well over 500k with guard. Which means on this rotation specifically, he would be tanking Fusion Zamasu's normals. And this rotation is a rotation that could survive against Fusion Zamasu as well. Depending on how many turns have passed, because obviously Ultima Gohan will have lost his guard potentially. But... that's the thing, we're not running a team of like unrealistic units just to try and juice up this Goku. Like, this is a pretty realistic team build. Even Yamcha, because of his dodge, can still be relevant in the difficult events on Global. And then, yeah, 7.8 million on this turn. And he gets the stun as well. Obviously, this event against Cell is kind of an anomaly, right? Because Cell, you can stun him in a lot of these stages, which you can't for the more difficult bosses. I just like doing this event because it's one of the longer ones. Plus, we didn't mention it during the phase itself, but we always have to give the shout-outs to the Limit Breaker second form Cell. One day, maybe, they'll fix that, but hopefully not. Hopefully we'll just have global exclusive Limit Breaker second form Cell forever, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, Yamcha can still be okay. Like, 7 mil attack stat on this turn. He's got that dodge chance if Cell wasn't stunned. Obviously, Kid Goku got the orbs, so he's got giving everyone the little bit of extra damage reduction as well. In this turn, he would take 60k from Zamasu. Yeah, so I mean, considering he's... I mean, that's the other thing as well, I guess you have to think about when it comes to the World Tournament cards, is they are technically free-to-play units. So him being able to tank physical Zamasu normals is pretty decent. But then, yeah, that Kid Goku, even though he only gives allies, is it 8% damage reduction? That, with then having guard and like everything else on top, is pretty good. Yeah, so this rotation, we still got 238, because that's without All in the Family now from Gohan. But that means we're still at 500k post-super on this turn, which is pretty good. Let's grab those. Don't need to get a ton of orbs here for anyone, which is good. But yeah, guard and damage reduction is pretty crazy. Obviously, this Goku doesn't have damage reduction himself, but... I guess it did. Krillin dodge the super? He did, didn't he? My full dodge Krillin. Let's go. Yeah, 785. I mean, his attack stats aren't bad. I think, could you imagine, like, just how much better he would be if his super attack effect was raise attack and defense for one turn? And that's all they had to do, that one minor change. And that doesn't make him suddenly crazy broken, like, oh my god, he's the best free-to-play card in the game. But he would be significantly better if he had raised attack and defense. Because then, yeah, you still build him like additional and dodge with the skill orbs, give him a little bit of extra, additional, so that he's able to do a bit of both. And then, yeah, those additional supers will be giving him a pretty significant buff to his defense, whilst having guard against extreme class enemies. So, honestly, the numbers that we're seeing from this guy aren't that bad, and on his best turns, he can be okay in the difficult content. The problem, of course, is, like we've already said, for global at the moment, Zamasu and Omega, he's not going to be good against AoEs. Now, of course, earlier today we got the producer letter. By the time this video goes up, we might have already got the card details and stuff as well. But we know that we are going to get the new Majin Buu Saga Red Zone. So it'll be interesting to see what those kind of stages are like and how hard those guys hit for. But I mean, what we would usually expect with these new Red Zone setups is that the first few stages potentially won't be as hard as like Zamasu and Omega, maybe. I mean, Dismal Future Red Zone, I think like the first stage wasn't that bad, but then First Form Cell kind of immediately took people by surprise. But like, this Goku could still be good in some of those. But here we're going to see him take some big damage, right? Because he's got like, what, 500k defense and guard. 128k from an STR boss super. I mean, it's not the craziest, but remember, this Cell is not hitting as hard as like Omega or Zamasu with their super attacks. So all in all, for this Feet Kamehameha Goku, I mean, he's a very decent free-to-play card, and he's on a few decent teams, but like, yeah, the fact that he's base Goku doesn't really help him. With his link partners and everything he has, realistically, this kind of team is probably his best team, which even then is not really the best team. So I should have tried to get Bulma floated off ready for her active skill turn, but oh well. I might actually just win this turn as well, to be fair. Depends. We get the Dokkan attack next turn, but Candy Beam animation for Boo. We could see that as like an active skill or something. Because, yeah, it wouldn't even necessarily have to be the enemy sprite. Like, he could have an animation where he just turns a bunch of, like, bystander humans into candy and then eats it, and then you get a big heal. That would be cool. I imagine Boo's got to have some kind of healing thing. Whether it's just heal at the end of the turn, or, like, a big heal active skill, or even a revive. Potentially a super attack nullification. I wouldn't be surprised if he has the target ability as well. But yeah, I'm expecting some interesting things from that Boo. Yeah, I think he is going to survive the turn, right? So now I guess we could, depending on the rotation. We're going to get the Dokkan attack at the start of the next turn. Ideally, I would like to get it with Goku, but multiple attacks in slot 1. Shame Krillin is auto-supering. Because, yeah, I mean, we could do this and just see what happens, I suppose. But I think if he supers, which he probably is going to... Well, is he in slot 1? Let's see. Might as well do this. It's the Goku showcase, right? Now, Goku's not a slot 1 unit, so if he dies here because he gets supered, it's not really an indication of him being bad. It's you don't put him in slot 1. I mean, he's taking 36k from normals, but I just wanted him to get the last attack in here, because otherwise if we let Krillin get the Dokkan attack, Krillin would have killed Cell, and then, yeah, we don't get to see Goku attack again. But yeah, I mean, in terms of a free-to-play card, on his better turns, he's getting almost 8 million attack stats, around 500k defense with guard. I mean, it's not terrible, but I think as a free-to-play card, that's pretty decent. He's certainly better than a lot of the other World Tournament EZAs that we've seen, like especially from the last batch with like the Tech Ultimate Gohan and stuff like that. Some of them were just really, really bad to the point where there isn't really any way you could justify using them. Whereas on this particular team build, like it might take a few attempts, like, but I mean, I guess to be fair, it depends on whether or not you would care about using items or not. But I would say that this team could probably beat like all of the Dismal Future Red Zone stages with the right luck. Maybe with items, who knows? But yeah, it's not like a super unrealistic team. So Feet Kamehameha Goku, it's definitely not terrible. Good for a free-to-play unit, which I guess when it comes to these World Tournament EZAs, for the most part, is kind of the best that we can hope for. Every now and then there's the anomaly that's really good. But honestly, some of them just being considered usable is probably a W. So Feet Kamehameha Goku, definitely not the worst of the World Tournament EZAs that we've seen. Sticker effect isn't anything too crazy, but I do like his art. So let me know what you guys think of this Goku down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.